Hi everyone, had a very great year again, and it's been a long while. It's been quite a long while. So here I've been away from YouTube, not intentionally. I think I got busy. I got a lot busy, and I just found myself counting days away from YouTube. And I think another thing that affected the whole distance thing is the fact that AI tools have improved a lot, and there's almost nothing you want to create now that you won't be able to achieve with AI quite easily, unless you don't really know what you need to do. We have lots of them now. I use Cursor these days. Yeah, I never thought I'm going to do that, but I use Cursor and it has drastically improved my speed. Yeah, so one thing I realize about all this is once you have the understanding, it's quite easy to navigate with these tools. And during this whole process, I've figured out some things and I thought I'm going to share with us today. So yeah, we have vibe coding out there. We have real coders who still believe they can do all things without the need of AI. And we have AI itself out there. And it's funny to think about it that while AI is quite important, it can actually be detrimental as well. So take for instance, I ventured into a project. I have an idea of what I intended to build. But just to test how vibe coding work, I venture into the realm of vibe coding. So yeah, I used Cursor, entered what I need, made use of the agentic flow. And one thing you find out is that these AI tools tends to just build things. The intention is just to make it work. Whether it's going to be scalable, whether it's entirely functional, they just want it to work. And as a developer, that's something you have to be curious about. The intention here is not just about it working, the intention is it's working and it's being maintainable because at the end of the day, you want to create a system that would both work and can be improved in case there is an issue. I quickly got to know that, okay, the AI tools are capable, but they are not autonomous. They are not meant to just do everything by themselves. They are meant to be tools and you are meant to be the conductor. You are meant to know what you really want to do. If you don't really know what you want to do, if you don't know how the schematics work, if you don't know how the code is meant to actually work well, then you are in for it because the AI tools are going to confuse you. And thinking about it, um, if we kind of imagine it well enough, they are not meant to be creative. They are not meant to give you the best ideas. They are meant to give you an idea that kind of correlates with what you want. So that idea might not be the best. So try to look at it holistically. The intention is to give you the idea that works with the question you requested, not an idea that is the best. Because before they can actually get a best idea, there must be lots of ideas that work in the first place. So as a result of that, they give you what works, and if you fly with it, you find out quickly that there are issues. Where would we really use AI mostly? I think if you are dealing with something small, something that's not really require creativity, yeah, AI can work. So maybe you want to deal with repetitive data processing. Yeah, it works because there's a pattern it's recognized. It can easily just flow with that. It doesn't work well with building UI because, yeah, it needs to understand the visual implication of what it needs to do. It works with backend if everything has been laid out. So it worked well with backend if your infrastructure, your architecture has been defined, if you already spelled out what it needs to do. But if you just give it to just create things at random, for example, build me a blood API, then it's going to be quite limited in the sense that it's just going to give you a blood API. Whether it's the best or not, that is not really an issue. So that's something to note. Thinking about it, our channel it's mostly around building projects. And the aim of it is to teach us how we would approach building projects. And with the advance and the major use of AIs these days, you might be wondering, does that really still matter? Yeah, I had a lot of thought around it as well. And I came to the conclusion that it does still matter. And this is where it's actually very important. Because now we don't really have to bother too much about the code. We can easily tell AI the kind of code we want, what the code should do. But the important part now is how do we decide on what we want? I think that's much more important than just coding. And that has been the major prerequisite for being a software engineer. It's not just about coding, it's about knowing what you want to do. It's about knowing the optimal way of achieving it. So for instance, we want to create a blog. Yeah, you have an idea of what your blog is going to serve, the data that are involved. If you just pass it to AI, it's just going to create something random. But this is where you come in. You have to figure out, okay, this blog is going to contain content from authors, not just random user. Users will be able to comment will be editable. All this data needs to be identified. And you as an engineer, you have to figure those out. Based on that, we've been able to kind of draw a special structure for our channel. Creating projects now would even be faster as long as we're able to establish what we need to do. Using the FinGrade project as an example, we were trying to program that with Go. We have an idea of what we want to do, but we were slow in writing the code. But with AI now, writing the code is going to be much more faster. Knowing what to do is much more important. Knowing the necessary tool to incorporate will now be the focus on how to achieve that. To a large extent, we are going to get our feedback. I've been quite busy. A lot of things have been going on, so I can't make any promise, but I'll try as much as possible to try to come back to give us new things and to incorporate the idea that AI is here to stay. Yeah, it's very much here to stay. Is it going to take job from software engineers? I doubt that. At least for now, it's still very far ahead. Yeah, I am a software engineer myself. I've used AI a lot of times and I still feel it's lacking a lot. It's regurgitating things. It's not creative enough. That's the major thing. And talking about AGI, I was optimistic about AGI coming abroad to a large extent, but thinking about it vividly, I don't think that is going to be possible. And the major reason is because AGI is meant to be creative. The way we currently train our AIs now are more of data presentation. They know so much. They have a lot of data. So when you ask questions, they find data that's fitting into the question. That's not creativity. That's just answering your question. That's getting data and answering your question. And that's why you find out that most of them, when you ask creative questions, it becomes quite difficult. And that's where AGI is meant to excel. Another thing to consider now is you most likely would not just take any answer AI gives you as the correct answer. You have to scrutinize it, you have to validate it. So that says a lot. And software engineering is not around random guess, it's more of validating what you've done. That's why we have test cases. That's why we have to review our codes because we still don't even trust humans entirely. So how would you trust AI entirely? And we're in a world where everything is competitive. Any mistake now and you are completely out of the game. So to a large extent, I think software engineering is still there. It needs the creativity. And I believe every creative roles out there are still safe. The roles that are going to be impacted mostly are roles that requires repetitive work. If you're able to make your agentic system understand the pattern of the work, then that's literally it's done. But yeah, let's see how it goes. AI is here. We are here as well. Let's see what we can make use of AI. How much we can use it, how well it improves our work. So we are going to be dwelling more into building things faster. Yeah, that's what AI is meant to do at this current point. At least it's meant to fasten your work. So see you guys in other videos. I'll be dropping it off here. I miss being on here, just sharing ideas and seeing other people's understanding of things out there. But yeah, we have to do what we have to do. So yeah, see you in the next episode or any other video that's coming out soon, and bye for now.